Fuck that shit, nigga. Fuck that ass, nigga. All the champagne was spiked, son. Like, all the champagne was spiked. Everybody was passed the fuck out. I don't drink, so I was playing that shit off like I don't fucking drink. I smoke, nigga. Like, I smoke and I had my own weed, but, like, everybody was passed out. Yo, Diddy had that man in the room. Look, yes, I put my ear to the fucking door and I brought the phone because Diddy started going in overdrive. I ain't know what the fuck was going on, but I just heard balls slapping against ass cheeks. I heard niggas struggling to take dick. I heard niggas being like, yeah, daddy. When he started all that daddy this and daddy that, and then I heard some hollering and struggling like, yeah, I kept the phone there and I recorded all that shit because I was like, this nigga Diddy rich, so I'm finna put the squeeze on and give me.
He tried to speak, and within 24 hours, his entire team went silent. A leaked contract, a gag order, a hush-hush payout, and the rapper who once said, "I fear no man," just confirmed that Diddy's team made him disappear legally. Not physically, but vocally. Meek Mill has finally admitted what fans suspected for years. He signed something dangerous, something sealed. And now that it's leaking, the fallout is nuclear. Fire Diddy. Fire Rock Nation. Fire a secret deal allegedly written after one of the most disturbing industry nights Meek's ever lived through. What did he see? Why was silence part of the price? And who else signed deals to keep their mouths shut? The internet couldn't believe it, and you won't either. If you were offered millions to forget what happened in that room, would you take it, or would you burn it all down? Let's break it all down. And trust me, it gets uglier. Bro said too much, and they got high. Before the silence, there was noise. Before the gag order, there was chaos. And before Meek Mill became the quietest man in the room, he was the one screaming the loudest. Let's rewind. The year was 2022. Meek Mill had just dropped a new project, booked a sold-out tour, and was spotted courtside next to Jay-Z, laughing like a man with nothing to lose. But something was off. If you look back at the photos from that era, the carefully curated Instagram posts, the backstage clips, the fake smiles, you'll notice the cracks. You'll see the way Meek stopped looking into the camera, the way he started posting less, the way he was always around Diddy but never beside him, because something had already happened. The moment, it wasn't public. No blog covered it. No paparazzi caught it. But the DMs did. A burner account tied to one of Meek's longtime engineers posted this in a now-deleted thread. He said, "I can't talk about that night. I signed too fast. I didn't read it all." Another anonymous leak included screenshots of a blurred PDF contract dated April 8, 2022, one day after a now-infamous party at Diddy's Miami compound. The contract was labeled Participant Non-Disclosure and Behavior Agreement, East Wing Level 2. That's when fans started asking questions. Meek flew to Miami on April 6th. He posted nothing for 72 hours. He unfollowed Diddy days later, then deleted a cryptic tweet. "Money don't clean rooms. Only blood does." Wait, what? Now here's where it gets darker. According to an alleged private email chain between Diddy's legal team and a known entertainment agency, Meek signed under pressure. The leak revealed language like, "All participants agree to refrain from documenting or disclosing any events, sounds, images, conversations, or interactions occurring within the designated private suite. Violation subject to $10 million penalty." And then the punchline. Signatures may be obtained post-attendance. Post-attendance? So they let you enter, then make you sign after you've seen too much? That's not a waiver. That's a trap. Zoom in on the blurry signature line showing Robert Williams, aka Meek Mill, in faint ink. Overlay dramatic music. Pause on the contract seal that says, Revolt Media Group, Confidential Agreement, Diddy Room Division. Meanwhile, Meek was changing. Fans noticed he wasn't performing like he used to. His interviews were weirdly vague. In one clip, Charlemagne asked, "What really happened between you and Puff? Y'all used to be tight." Meek just smiled and said, "We still cool. Ain't nothing to say." Some things better off unspoken.
King son, man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
Boom. Better off unspoken. Then came the fake tweets. Screenshots allegedly showing Meek tweeting and deleting. Wild stuff. Y'all think this rap game real? Nah. It's organized silence. I'm good. My son good. That's all that matters. They tried to erase me, but I'm still here. People said it was AI. People said it was cap. But fans who screenshotted the timestamps swore they were real. And what made it all worse? Meek wasn't denying anything. Narration style moment. Meek didn't tweet. Meek didn't post. Meek didn't clap back. And for a man who built his entire career on fighting back, that silence spoke louder than anything. But why would he stay quiet? Why would someone like Meek, battle-tested, courtroom tough, Philly bred, let a man like Diddy muzzle him? The answer? Money, threats, and fear that if he talked, someone else would pay the price. A leaked audio clip surfaced, 23 seconds long. A muffled voice, allegedly Meek's, speaking into a phone. I ain't even worried about me no more. I'm worried if I say something, they gon' do something to someone else I love. They already said it. Bro, that was the moment everything changed. Because now, it wasn't just about what happened in that room. It was about who else knew. And how far Diddy's team would go to bury it. Blogs exploded. Is Meek Mill under a lifetime NDA? $10M silence. How Diddy buys loyalty. The gag order that broke Meek. But there was still no hard proof. Until a voice note dropped from a former event planner. Voice distorted, identity hidden. She said, I saw the contracts. Everyone signs. Some of them don't even read it. They're too high, too drunk, or too desperate to say no. Meek signed. I was there. He kept asking, do I gotta do this? That last line? Do I gotta do this?
Of Meek getting pounded by Diddy. Child, I was shocked to the core when I first heard the audio. Aside from the fact that the voices of the audio sound exactly like Meek and Diddy, it was very disturbing to listen because Meek was screaming at the top of his lungs and it really sounded like he was in serious pain, but Diddy just kept going. Now y'all know I can't play the full audio for y'all because it really is that disturbing, but I'ma just let y'all hear a little bit. And again, just know it's very disturbing and very...
You could feel the fear. And then came the leak that confirmed it all. A legal brief uploaded anonymously, showing that Meek Mill had signed a binding, post-incident gag clause that prohibited naming names, describing locations, discussing visual or audio content, appearing in interviews about the night, and right there in bold red font, breach of this agreement will be pursued to the fullest extent, public, legal, and personal. Fans were sick. This is modern-day silence trafficking. Bro didn't just sign an NDA, he signed a muzzle. If he breaks it, what happens? Does Diddy have people on standby? Still, Meek kept quiet, until one day, out of nowhere, he posted a single tweet. They tried to own my voice, but I remember everything. No video, no caption, no context, just that. And then, radio silence again. No music, no shows, no press. But what came next? Even his enemies didn't expect, because the contract wasn't the only thing that leaked. By now, the internet wasn't just curious, it was obsessed. People didn't care about the music. They weren't checking for tour dates or streams. They wanted the answer to one question. What did Meek Mill see in that room? Because one thing was clear, whatever it was, it changed him. The energy shifted. The confidence died. And the silence? That was never Meek's style. But then a blogger with 14K followers uploaded a thread that would change the game. The post was simple. Leaked texts, private wire transfers, and a witness who says they saw everything. And just like that, the receipts started rolling. Receipt leaked text number 1. allegedly from Meek Mill to a private contact. That night was some whole different *T. He had cameras in the floor. They said it was a VIP suite, but it felt like a setup. I tried to leave. Door was locked. Let that sink in. Cameras in the floor. Door locked. And it wasn't just Meek. The second message mentioned 2 more names. I saw August Alsina and French Montana downstairs. They looked like they already knew what it was. I didn't. Now pause. August Alsina, who's already had his name attached to entanglement drama. French Montana, who's been uncomfortably quiet every time this scandal resurfaces. Were they participants? Witnesses? Victims? Nobody knows for sure. But the dots were connecting. Then came the 2 a.m. PayPal transfer. A whistleblower uploaded a screenshot of a payment made from a Revolt-affiliated company to a Shell account tied to a Rob Williams Consulting. Reminder, Meek Mill's real name is Robert Williams. The amount? $275,000. Memo line, post-event honorarium, confidential. Honorarium? Baby, that ain't hush money. That's thank you for being silent money. Twitter blew up. Who pays 6 figures for silence unless something happened? He ain't being honored. He's being handled. $275K to forget a night? What was in that room? And then the surveillance still dropped. Blurry. Black and white. Timestamped 3:17 a.m. A still frame from what appeared to be inside the infamous Diddy room, or, as insiders now call it, East Wing Level 2. The photo shows Meek sitting on a velvet couch. A man in a black mask standing near the door. Diddy pouring a drink, shirtless. No audio. Just vibes. And those vibes? Disturbing. Blogs dubbed it the still that broke the silence. Because after it leaked, everything spiraled. French Montana's PR team released a statement denying involvement in any unauthorized gatherings. August Alsina posted a black screen with the words, "Not everything needs to be spoken. Some things haunt us in silence." And Meek? He tweeted, then deleted. "I'm tired of y'all acting like y'all know what happened. I was there. I lived it. I survived it." Wait, survived? Since when does a night at a party require survival? Direct hit sarcastic commentary. Because nothing screams good vibes like secret cameras, locked doors, and 6-figure PayPal hush money. Y'all still think this is about music? Wake up. If Meek survived it, someone else didn't. Then came the fake news article leak, posted anonymously to a Google Doc that racked up 1.4 M views in under 24 hours. Headline: Inside the gag order, 7 celebrities bound by Diddy's room contracts. Alleged list, some redacted. Meek Mill, August Alsina, redacted R&B star, redacted talk show host, French Montana, redacted.
This just sent straight from Philly. Philly MC said they want that smoke, so we're gonna see what y'all got. Meek Mill, you know, you ain't got nothing but air and opportunity to show them how it's done. But Cosmic Kev, he hit me up and told me that Philly on the job. Let's go Philly.
Redacted, reality star. The article claimed that these celebrities were invited, documented, and silenced under post-party NDAs designed by Diddy's legal team. The document also included a clause from a contract allegedly signed by Meek Mill himself. Participant agrees to refrain from speaking, writing, or referencing any elements of the evening's activities, including but not limited to observed behavior, ambient sounds, room arrangements, and conversational content. Ambient sounds? Room arrangements? You know what that means? Even describing the furniture could break the agreement. Fan reactions poured in. This is deeper than music. This is elite silence trafficking. They built a system to erase guilt, not fix it. Meek tried to run, and now we know why he couldn't. And just when the internet started cooling down, thinking this was the worst of it, another name dropped. Someone nobody saw coming. Tory Lanez. Yep. A screenshot from a Telegram chat allegedly connected to a former Revolt videographer showed the following message. Tory was at the July party. Same room, same setup, but he signed way faster than Meek did. So now the question isn't, did Meek sell out? It's, how many others took the bag before him? And here's the twist. In the middle of all this, a new email leak surfaced. An exchange between Diddy's legal rep and Roc Nation's internal legal counsel. Subject line: concerns regarding Mr. Williams' social activity. Body: our client is alarmed by Mr. Williams' recent cryptic communications. While no explicit violations have occurred, the tone of his public behavior may create unwarranted speculation. We request internal handling before escalation is necessary. Internal handling? Fans translated that as, y'all better shut him up before we do. Fire viral TikTok quote: they're not scared of lies. They're scared of the truth he hasn't said yet. And then Meek posted one final message before going dark again. The truth don't need a mic. It just waits. Now here's the setup. He was gagged. He was paid. He was pressured. And now he's cornered. But just when the story seemed to reach its climax, one final leak emerged. A voice note, short, grainy, nearly drowned in static, allegedly from someone who used to work security at Diddy's house. In the background, a man is heard saying, "We can't keep paying all of them. We need to make an example." So now it's bigger than hush money, bigger than parties, bigger than NDAs. It's a question of who gets erased and who lives long enough to tell the truth. But just when we thought we knew the end, another name came up. Not a rapper, not a singer, not a dancer, a billionaire tech mogul. And that changed everything. It should have ended with the payout. It should have ended with the contract. It should have ended with the silence. But the thing about secrets, they don't stay quiet forever, especially not when technology gets involved. Because the final chapter in Meek Mill's silence scandal didn't come from a rapper, a label, or a leak. It came from a server. And the man tied to it? Elon Musk. Yep, you read that right. It all began when an anonymous Reddit user, claiming to be a former Twitter engineer, posted this. There's a backdoor flag in the Twitter code titled Vault_protection. It's linked to verified users who requested Diddy-related footage to be scrubbed from circulation. That post got deleted within 3 minutes, but not before screenshots spread like wildfire. Users zoomed in and spotted the flag accounts. Among them, at Meek Mill, at Diddy, at French Montana, a burner believed to be linked to Cassie, and one shocking username, at Elon confirmed. Wait, what? Twitter, now X, has been under Elon Musk's control since 2022. And according to the leak, a private server called DZone Archive was requested to be digitally burned, as in erased. That's not just deletion. That's full-blown digital erasure. No backups, no mirrors, no recovery. And what was inside the DZone Archive? 9.4 terabytes of video, 128 voice notes, 47 NDAs, and one folder labeled East Wing 3A Meek Session Locked. Locked, but not gone. Elon's company allegedly assisted in quiet deletion of Diddy's private footage archives. Sources say internal data tags tied to public figures under NDA duress were scrubbed after private legal requests made from Revolt Media. The report also includes a quote from a digital whistleblower. Meek didn't ask for this. But once his name was tagged to that footage, it became a game of silence versus exposure. And the system chose silence. So now we're not just talking NDAs. We're talking tech-driven gag orders. It wasn't just Meek's words being shut down. It was his data, his footage, his voice, his digital trace. Then came the wildest twist yet. Cassie's lawyer, the one who sued Diddy months ago, made a statement that slipped through the cracks. In a podcast interview that barely got views at the time, she said, "There are archives, vaults, if you will, that were used to pressure certain artists. We're talking real blackmail-grade footage. Some of it, even Elon knows about." Wait, what? The host asked for clarification. She said, "I can't say names. But let's just say there are tech billionaires who have access to some footage that was supposed to vanish. And now, it's back in play." That's when everything flipped. A dark web file titled Vault_9_recovery MP4 appeared for 11 minutes before being removed. Inside, a video, low res, no audio, showing Meek Mill standing in a hallway, looking into a room, then turning to the camera and mouthing something. Zoomed in frame shows him say, "You're recording this?" Freeze frame, black screen, and then end of file. That was it. No nudity, no violence, just visual proof he was there, and that he knew. The fallout? Immediate. Charlemagne went on The Breakfast Club and said, he knew. That confirms it. He knew it was happening, and he tried to leave. And now they're scrubbing him like he never existed. Meek didn't respond. No tweets. No story posts. Just his profile bio changed too. Some tapes never die. Fire TikTok exploded. We're watching a man get digitally erased in real time. They thought money could shut him up. Now tech is doing it. This isn't just Meek's silence. It's Elon's involvement. It's digital damnation. But there was still one card left to play. And it came from the hospital. Because according to a now-deleted Facebook post from a woman claiming to be Meek's cousin, he checked himself in. He said he was having panic attacks every time he saw a camera. Said he hears voices whispering, "You saw too much." He kept crying about a room with purple lights. Purple lights. Diddy's infamous party aesthetic. It was over. Meek had broken. Not on Twitter. Not on IG. But mentally. And yet, even in that breakdown, he left breadcrumbs. One last voice memo. Allegedly recorded by a friend Meek trusted. "I knew they'd come for me. That's why I signed. I thought if I didn't, I'd end up like that R&B dude who vanished. I ain't no coward, but I ain't stupid either. I'm not trying to die over something that wasn't even about me. But now I get it. Once you walk into that room, you never leave it." That last line echoed through the internet. Once you walk into that room, you never leave it. So here we are. A vault allegedly burned by billionaires. A contract designed to erase speech. A man mentally unraveling while the world debates his truth. And a culture that keeps asking, why won't he just say what happened? But the better question is, why won't they let him? Because the silence wasn't free. It was purchased, enforced, digitally maintained. And the moment he tried to speak, the footage disappeared. His messages were erased. And the internet moved on, or so they thought. Because just this week, a new burner account popped up. It posted one line. Cassie's not the only one with backups. And a blurry thumbnail. Folder name, Diddy Room Level 2 Witness Copy. No one knows who posted it. No one knows what's inside. But one thing's clear. The secrets didn't vanish. They just went quiet. And as for Meek, he may never speak publicly again. He may never drop another album. He may never tweet another word. But the look on his face in that footage, the fear in his voice in that voicemail, the fact that Elon's team was allegedly involved, that's louder than any freestyle he ever wrote. She vanished without a trace, but the secret stayed. And now, so did his. If this story shook you, hit like, comment, and subscribe to Celebrity Press. We don't just talk rumors. We connect the dots others ignore. And trust us, the next name on that vault list, it's bigger than Meek. It's someone no one thought would be involved. And we've got the files. Stay locked. Stay watching. This is Celebrity Press. And we see everything.